Hello and welcome back to our RedRun challenge in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, where today I'm going to be delivering some powder stones, so I'm wearing equipment appropriate for the job. Between episodes, I upgraded this equipment just a little bit, 2 upgrades on each piece, not using any Armor Sphere pluses, so we've got at least close to the defense that we had. And I made some hungerless jewels so that I can have negate hunger on here instead of just have hunger, which lets us avoid picking up rations, which is good because that way we've got 1 extra slot for mining. And we are going to eat here. Unfortunately, well, actually, no, it was veggies and fish, was it? No, veggies and milk. No. Milk and bread? No, milk and fish. Yeah, milk and fish for gathering. Okay. Which means we don't have access to anything fresh, but that's fine. We can take the rations and then just eat them all right at the start. So we want lander. So let's go with this. Give me the lander, please. Otherwise, we got to take the long way with our powder stones. Nice. Got the one thing that was most important. Super Cat would have been nice, but lander is invaluable for taking the fast way. So, let's do this. And yeah, there will be an Uragon on this quest. So, yeah, we'll play with it. We should be able to bring it down in time. One hopes. And we're gonna go bugging just a little bit though, because there's, I think, exactly 2 bug spots that each have a 5% chance at giving a Hercudrome in low rank. And they are the only places you can get a Hercudrome in low rank. So we're grabbing that and that. And that, because we're going to be playing with the Uragon and that. And the nutrients are fine. Don't know why we would really need dung bombs, though. Because, like, you can't throw them while you're actually carrying anything. But let's go ahead and eat these nutrients. And then we'll fill our health back up. And then we'll chow down on rations. And then I'll toss this while we head over here. So not seeing the bug spot here, which means we have 1 chance at maybe getting a Hercudrome in low rank from this particular quest. And I am seeing the bug spot here. Hercudrome, please. It's only a 5% chance, so I'm not holding my breath for it, but it'd be nice if we got it. Nope. Yeah, Hercudromes are not exactly common in low rank. So we need to mine from all the mining spots we find in this volcano. Because Dragonite ore and Firestones. Thanks, Banahabra. Oh boy, we got some Renos. Ooh, we got a double mining spot. Unfortunately, neither one is blue. I've also got some mega pickaxes on me, because I decided to combine some since we were going to be mining here. And I didn't want to have there be any possibility that I would run out of pickaxes before I got done mining. I mean, I guess there is still a possibility, it's just not a big one at all. Right. Can't Superman dive because we're not in combat with a large monster. Ah, a fossil spot. These are different from the blue spots in that they have a chance at rust shards. But that one didn't have one. Yeah, I think it's rust shards and maybe also charms. So we've got to deliver 2 powder stones. So I think I'll deliver 1 before playing with the Aragon. Assuming we can actually get past the Aragon to deliver it. Probably should have found the Aragon and painted it. So there's 3 mining spots in this particular area. And one of them is quite interesting because here in low rank, it is the best chance at getting a rust shard of any mining spot. But it stops being so valuable in later ranks because it stops... Well, it never gets any different things. Like, as you rank up, the 3rd mining spot in this area never has any different things, and it's always the same exact chances for everything it can give. Which is really disappointing. It's like, yeah, here in low rank, this is a great chance for rust shards. And in high rank, it's still rust shards. And in G rank, it's still rust shards. So hopefully we get the sword and shield. Not the rusted one, but the other one that is gettable from that. Oh, also, in between episodes, I looked at some stuff that we're going to end up needing. And it turns out we are going to 100% need 1 shark skin in order to continue the low rank experience. Which is annoying because I don't have a shark skin. It's a 25 or a 22% chance to carve one from a shark in any rank. And there's no guarantee that, say, when I go out in the Moga Woods, sharks will be there. So, like, yeah, it's not fantastic, and we need to get rid of something. I'm thinking bitterbugs. Part of me wants to carve these Uroctor, but I think I'm better off just grabbing the powder stone and running. Plus, my inventory's kind of full anyway. Thank goodness for Feline Lander. Also, maybe we don't have an Aragon here this time. It is possible. Powderstone quests are so much easier when you've got Lander and also Pro Transporter. makes a huge difference. Though having Super Cat would also be nice, because that way, if one of these Alteroths decided to hit us, or basically if anything decided to hit us but not actually launch us or anything, then we wouldn't drop the Powder Stone. But since we didn't get Super Cat, we actually do have to avoid some things. And let's use the bed. And now it's time to look for Uragon. Oh, blue bug spot. It's back. Actually, this is a different one, but I think it might still have the low chance at a Hercudrome. It's got no chance at a Hercudrome if I'm not allowed to actually get anything from it, though, so... There we go. Not a Hercudrome, don't care. Not a Hercudrome, don't care, even though it was the same color as a Hercudrome. And still not a Hercudrome, so don't care. And we are going to have to get rid of another item in order to pick up our next Powder Stone. Not to mention the Uragon parts. Perhaps I did not think this through. Well, we can get rid of, like, our iron ore or earth crystals or something that we've got a million of. So, not seeing any mining spots in here right now. They can respawn, though it's not a very fast timer. And I think this is the only area in the volcano where they can respawn. Oh, hi, Uragon. The paintballs I deliberately brought just a few so that I would be able to get rid of them when the time came. Don't know why I painted the Uragon when we're fighting it. It's better to paint it if you're avoiding it. I've missed this volcano. Yep. I have made a tactical error. Now, I expect this Uragon will get tired at some point, and that's what this trap is for. Because when it's in a shock trap, its tail does hang low enough that we can reliably hit it. And Uragon's tail is one of the ones that's a little bit harder to sever than most. Simply because it's decently durable and you need to break it and then sever it. And if memory serves, the order in which those things happen are you get a tail flinch, then you get the break, and then only after that do you get the sever. So it's effectively 3 tail flinches worth on a decently durable tail. So yeah, we are almost certainly going to need to rely on that trap once the Uragon gets tired again. And we've also got a few other things we want from this Uragon as well. Which means I should actually get rid of my paintballs right now. Among other things. I should get rid of a few things. Regular armor spheres we don't need. We've got plenty of those. And we've got plenty of Aqua Glow jewels as well. And now we should be okay for a bit. Let's not get bowled over, though. How many Firestones do I have? 2. Excellent. That's the number that I need for my Carapace Mace. We're going to be spending a lot of time working on the legs because that way we can get knockdowns. And knockdowns against Uragon are a little special, especially in a run like this, where we are limited in our ability to procure certain things. Because Uragon happens to be the gatekeeper of a specific item that a lot of weapons need. And it can also be used as perhaps the single best source of resource points without going into the Moga Woods. And that's lava nuggets. And you can get several of them per Uragon. But it's not very common to get them from carves. But you do usually get a decent amount via quest rewards. But the most come from a different source. And that's mining. Mining the Uragon. Uragon, get out of there. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to end up breaking the jaw, which is a shame. But then again, the jaw isn't terribly useful to us, I don't think. Because I don't think we really want Uragon stuff. And if we're not getting Uragon stuff, then what use do we have for the jaw? Seriously, you're getting a snack already? Well, I'm cool with that because snacking Uragon brings its tail low. Would have been nice to see it drool, though, because if it got tired, then we would have been able to use our trap. Incidentally, when Uragon blows up its little splody rocks, they do, in fact, do some damage to it. Also, I remember back when these rocks were this small. In Generations and later, they're massive. But in this game, Uragon splode rocks are tiny. And in Monster Hunter Stories, they're dangerous enough that you can't leave combat while they're on the field. So that's just silliness. I really do like Uragon. I feel like it's a much better execution of big, heavy, armored wyvern than Gravios is. And Uragon was meant to be a replacement to Gravios in that respect. And, like, Uragon's armor has a use. Like, all the armoring that it's got up top there, like, it's all flattened so that Uragon can roll around on it. And that's really cool. Whereas Gravios' armor is just there. Doesn't really do anything. It's just there. Plus, Uragon's got great sound design going for it, and it's just an interesting fight as well. I really like Uragon. One of my top 5 favorite monsters of all time at the moment. And for the most part, I don't use Uragon gear because Uragon's armor is generally more specialized towards weapons with shields, which I don't usually use. But the Grongigus hammer is famous for having been the most overpowered melee weapon in this game. Get Sharp +1 and Awaken, and that thing was phenomenal. Get out of the lava, buddy. Nope, that's right. Tremor reaches a good ways, both in front and behind. Will help, Kamba? Wow, we went from being hit by the gas to full-on asleep pretty quick. So Kayamba kept us from taking double damage from the Erector, and the Erector kept us from taking the Super Pound. We are not doing a very good job of knocking this thing over. Which is actually leading me to wonder whether or not we're even hitting the legs hit zone. Oh, he's tired. Which means it's time for this. Oh, thank goodness we didn't take that hit. That would have been pretty terrible for us. Because then we wouldn't have really gotten to take advantage of this. Alright, there's the tail break. Tail break is good. And actually, if he does a roll while he's tired, then he'll knock himself over and we can actually mine him for free instead of needing to knock him over ourselves. So maybe we should try and entice him into doing that. Hey buddy, why don't you roll at me? No, that's walking. How about a roll? Seems like a nice day for it. Why don't you do it? Oh, that's more walking. There's a roll. Oh, we got blocked by the tail. Firestones are nice, but not what we're looking for. You can mine up to 3 things from an Ergon every time it falls over. So, yeah. Well, now he's not tired anymore, which means we've got to be a little proactive in knocking him over. Ow. Okay, bye. Once our natural healing gets our recovery done, then it's time to drink this, because it's not going to fill us up. Curious, I forgot what skills I had. Dung Bomb Expert was the other one. That's right. It's not really going to help us. Like, I seriously don't understand why they give it to us with all this transporting related stuff, because unless we're trying to clear a monster off the path before we grab what we want, or maybe like say there's a Rathian hanging out at the nest where we need to get an egg. I guess in that case it would be good to have. Renos. And now the Renos are gone. Yeah, you go ahead and do some sleep gas. I'll just be sharpening. It'd be pretty great to see the Urgon's chin break. I just super don't expect it to happen with how much we're going for the legs and the tail. And the fact that we bounce on the chin does not help us. I'm glad the sword and shield can be sheathed so quickly. Coal is the worst thing we could have gotten. Lava Nugget, on the other hand, is what we were going for. Got a couple tail hits and also killed a Reno. Not the worst thing to happen. Every dead Reno makes the world a better place, after all. So, which leg did we knock him over with? I think it was his left leg, so... if we go for the right leg from this point, we might get another knockover, or knockdown pretty soonish. Yeah, you go ahead and toss some more rocks, buddy. If we had Tremor Res, that Super Pound actually keeps his tail pretty low to the ground for a while after it's done. But unfortunately, we don't have Tremor Res. So we can't take advantage of that. Thankfully, it only takes like 5 minutes to be able to get a Powder Stone and bring it back to base camp. So I don't need to worry too much about time on this quest. As long as we can kill the Urgon within the next 10 minutes, we should be good. We should be more than good. And I do want to kill the Urgon just so that it'll be dead and we'll get parts. I like both of those things, after all. Having extra parts and having monsters be dead and not me. And there's another knockdown, so more mining. Yay, Lava Nugget. Firestone's pretty alright, but we need more Lava Nuggets. Yeah, there is a really wide tremor on the Super Pound. Oh, someone's tired again, which means we're about to get to go mining. Would have been a little better if we didn't take the hit, though. Still. Lava Nugget, please. Or nothing. Wow, we just completely missed the tail with all of those. Okay, now's a good time to sharpen. Either roll at me or do more tired animations. I don't care which. Apparently I can block a tremor. Good to know. Don't know how I do it, but The fact of the matter is that I do, and he is now using a move that he can only ever use in this particular area of this particular volcano. So, if you hang out in this kind of corner, the Uragon can never hit you. Unfortunately, it also means that the Uragon is likely to pop out of its roll way far away from you where you can't mine it if it was tired when it started. Done being tired, are we? Ow. I need more chances to slice at this thing's tail. I can't imagine it'll take much longer to get the tail sever, but it will take more effort. I mean, that much is a given, considering it's not gone yet. Now, if we were using a switch axe or other weapon with long reach, then we'd actually be able to hit the tail during those gas attacks, which would be nice. More chances to hit tails are good. For how much I like cutting tails, I'm really... Well, actually, because of how much I like cutting tails, I'm coming to regret having chosen such a short reach weapon for this run. Oh. Mining node respawn. And it's a blue one. But Uragon is right, now isn't the time. Don't know why I dodged. I should have unsheathed into a block. Unfortunately, I can't block that. So we're pretty much at Uragon's mercy right now. And it is not very merciful. I want to mine from this spot before it vanishes. So we did start mining from it, which means it can vanish on a timer. There we go. Let's drink this. Ooh, another mining spot. It's not a great one, but still, it's a chance at Dragonite. Yay, Dragonite. And now let's get back to that Uragon, who still isn't limping, which... we can deal with it, but this is probably going to be a pretty long episode, I think. I just hope we don't get to the point where I feel compelled to give up on the Uragon and go after the last Powder Stone. Because that would just suck. Put all this effort into the Uragon only to have to give up. Of course, I'm not allowed to fail a quest for any reason, so... Yeah. Timing out is Not an option. Also, hey, look who's tired again. Okay, that was a flinch, which means the tail cut should be soon. Try a roll, buddy. You and I both know that you just really want to roll right now. So why don't you do it? Give me a roll. Got the tail. Yeah, I'm not even going to go for the chin. Not when I bounce off at max sharpness. And I don't stay at max sharpness for very long to begin with. It's cool that you want a super pound and all, but I really just want to see you try and roll. Oh, there's the limp. That's good. We're not going to have to give up on this Aragon. Ooh, and we got marrow. Good stuff. Did I just get poked by the chin on like the last frame before it started backing up? Also, did this thing stop being tired? Looks like it. Not seeing any drool. So we're working on this left leg. Ow. And I gotta try and stay on specifically the left leg if we want to really have any hopes of getting another knockdown. Alright, so to avoid this, we just jam ourselves right here. And we should be perfectly safe. And it looks like since he's starting on that side, he's going to finish over on this side, probably. Or towards the middle, that's fine. One thing I miss about Aragon and Monster Hunter Tri, instead of any of the later games, is in Tri, it was way shinier. Like, the gold scales and whatnot, they weren't just gold colored, they were like gold sheen as well. And I kind of miss shiny Aragons. Shame I can't block that. Because we are once again at the Aragon's mercy. And the Aragon is once again not very merciful. Admittedly, it could have done a super pound and that would have been a little worse. Ow. I wish I had any hope whatsoever of breaking the chin, but I don't. Oh, we're doing this again, are we? That's fine. I'll get to the safe spot, which is right here-ish. Sure, you can try and just dodge it when out in the middle of the area and whatnot, but Why do that when you could just be somewhere you're perfectly safe? It'd be cool if Kayamba just ended up randomly breaking the chin with one of those. That's not going to happen. Yay, lava nugget. Yay, lava nugget. Alright, so now let's go for Uragon's right leg for a while. Because I think there is a chance that we could get one more knockdown before this thing dies. Not a high chance, mind you, but a chance. We've now used 13 whetstones this quest. Having fun playing in the lava? And no more Uragon. And we've got 10 whole minutes to deliver the other powder stone. So we should be just fine. Unless I, like, get taken out by Renos or Alteroths or something and have to go back multiple times. In which case, we're going to lose. But I can take countermeasures. I can duck and weave as necessary. Oh, hello. I will definitely mine this blue one. Be nice to get a shining charm or two. But I think they might be exclusive to high rank. So now all we gotta do is grab our powder stone and bring it home. And yeah, it's so much longer a trip if you don't have Lander. It's like not even worth doing this quest if you don't get Lander. Because you gotta go through 2 extra areas. And it's just bad. So let's get this powder stone and get on our way. It's really a shame because in the Gen 4 maps, there's very little reason to actually get Lander. Because is there even a single Gen... Well, yeah, there's the Primal Forest is the only Gen 4 map where getting Lander actually helps you take a shortcut for transportation quests. And that's kind of sad. Well, actually, I guess the Ruined Ridge also. But that's double cross only. Yeah, most of the Gen 4 maps, when you're transporting things, you're going up instead of down. Which means Lander is not useful. And we got to take the dung bomb after all. Which means we can bring it home. Alright, one Dragonite ore. I suppose that's okay. Now, the Uragon Scales and Lava Nugget. That's a little better. Ooh, did we? Nope, it's just a Hunter's Dagger. Still, I'm gonna send it back. Just in case. So, +5 poison isn't terrible. But all the rest of these are comparatively terrible. Shame there were no slots among any of those charms. So what's the Moga forecast looking like? Jaggy, Peko Jaggy, Peko Rathian. We're not allowed to touch the Peko, which makes that a little problematic. So, is a Hunter's Knife or a Hunter's Dagger able to upgrade into anything we care about? Assassin's Dagger. I mean, we can make it, but didn't we already make one? Yeah, we did. Well, I guess that helps us be able to make a Barioth weapon, provided we get the Barioth parts we need. That's not bad. Because that way we can get both of these. Though, apparently there's only 2 more low-rank Giginoxes we can fight. Which is a little troublesome, because yeah, we need to get 4 Giginox hides from 2 Giginoxes. It's certainly possible. It's just there's no guarantee. And what else can we do here? Might it actually... Oh, wait. What? Right. How did I not do this yet? Yes. And then we don't have the fertile mud. We need to fight some Baroths. Should I do this? Well, we're running dangerously low on resources, so I'm going to say no for now. In fact, we're going to need more resources than what we've got just to make certain things. And I mean, we could generate resources through the use of this stuff. Wait, are we not allowed to trade in lava nuggets yet? Does that come later? Because eventually you can trade in lava nuggets and they're worth like 1,500 each, making them easily like the best resource source. But meh. We can probably live without quality sponges, but I think I'll wait. But yeah, getting better milk, considering we need dairy for the gathering quests, might actually not be the worst idea. But either way, it can wait. And this episode is over. Join us next time when we take on a Baroth in Tanzia, because it's a key quest, and that way we can get the stuff we need to upgrade our Carapace Mace. And maybe we can get some Fertile Mud as well. That would be nice. Either way, see ya then, friends.